Okay. So yeah, we missed some things at the apartment. There's supposed to be one of those psychic detective blue cloud situations happening over there. Which I failed to find, so we gotta get that triggered. Hashtag triggered. There. Yes. I need to get a better fast travel point in Advent. But I haven't found one yet, so... do. Yeah.
Find something you like. Cheap.
Yeah. That's creepy. Real creepy. Hold on, I want to better look at that. Probably not a good idea, but we're doing it anyway. God. Oh well. Looked interesting, but I don't seem to be able to get any closer to it. I believe it was this place over here.
Judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
Missed this. Appearances of women in fights.
A lot of fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
Alright, hang on. Okay. For the ring. A large backlist, yep. Papers from the wall. Another one? Oh, I did. There's kidnappings of citizens, and then the EOD members are going up. Brainwashing people. There we go. That's what I needed.
George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
Uh-oh. So she's got to tell you, buddy.
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
So that's why he's so mad at the EOD. His wife was one of them and she left him.
I don't care what your damn EOD cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine. Mine!
Love how they keep using the acronym and refuse to drop the Dagon name anywhere. Okay. Obviously... Why did I... Okay. That one's obviously first.
George, I can't live like this anymore.
One
I
and this
don't care what your...
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea.
Oh.
And claimed by the EOD.
She humped a Dagon.
This caused their split.
Dagon babies. Popped out a little deep one. Oh, I think it was too much for me to take. Alright, who stole my hat? Why am I on the ceiling? Oh, hi, Dagon. Oh, you're not Dagon, you're just a gigantic Innsmouther. What a feeling when you're crazy on the ceiling.
Who are you?
Oh, what a
What are you
feeling!
doing here?
Calm down.
When you're crazy on the ceiling.
Investigator.
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A burglar. Explain yourself.
I did loot your luggage. Yeah, I mean, hey. Rise of investigator, somebody who's breaking into your house. What's the difference? Okay, he does need to explain himself, but I'm down Anna sent me. I don't think that'll calm him down at all.
No, Cavendish. Time for you to do some explaining. Care to tell me why you poisoned the fish at the EOD warehouse? And you better not lie to me. Oh, sorry. Is this making you angry? Yeah, two can play at that game, and believe me, I've got plenty of anger for the both of us.
How dare you?
I'm only going to ask politely once. Then my gun will do the talking.
Fine. Fine. Yes, it was me. But I had a good reason to do it. It all comes back to Anna.
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the EOD are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members. Some of those initiates, as they call them, vanish without a trace. And not just them. They kidnap ordinary folks, too.
And poisoning the fish would prevent this. How?
Oh, you see, not everyone in this city believes in the EOD yet. They have opposition among the citizens, both rich and poor. A rumor of the EOD's fish being poisonous and several incidents would be enough to undermine the EOD by sparking fear and mistrust.
I mean, that's true, but a bit brutal. Arrest that man, he's guilty of having an amazing beard. He sure is.
There must be another way to deal with the EOD. Like, if their crimes are that obvious, why don't you just go to the police?
They're resourceful, those sons of hagfish. They maintain a squeaky clean image, and Kay, they're good at it. I tried going to the police. They were no help at all. And I'm not suicidal enough to make it public and take them to court.
What's Anna got to do with all this?
As you might have already gleaned, she was my wife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it all starts to come together now.
The EOD robbed me of her. It all started with the free fish. We were all short on food at the time, and then they hooked her with their nonsense about the benevolent sea and greater good. I looked past it for some time, but then...
She became pregnant.
Then she humped a squid.
Yes.
At first, I was over the moon. But then one day she came to me, that snake, and told me that the child was not mine. She said it was blessed by the sea, that it was demanded by the EOD. Doom take them! I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
They told her that life is better down where it's wetter. Under the sea.
What did she mean? Blessed by the sea.
What do you think is the cause of Innsmouth syndrome in people?
Living in Innsmouth?
That cave-forsaken
Innsmouth.
place has nothing to do
Thank
with
you.
it. It comes from breeding with monsters. These sea creatures they call Deep Ones. They take our women and they spoil them with their seed. Then they give birth to
Hot
degenerate
in here.
fish-faced offspring.
Maybe your wife's just been looking too much at that Japanese artwork of that painting of the lady with the octopus.
Where did you learn all of this? This information about the EOD?
After Anna left, I had nothing. But I did have a lot of time to research Innsmouthers, the EOD, and the story behind them. It is an old and powerful organization. They appeared back in the mid-19th century in Innsmouth, and the first people with the Innsmouth syndrome started showing up around that same time.
Ah, perhaps not coincidentally.
Ah, of course not. And the EOD is immensely rich. The sudden rise to power of the Blackwood family happened right after they joined them.
So what's your next move?
I was interrupted and couldn't finish my task. The EOD received a fresh haul of fish, but now they're on alert and raised their guard. I understand I'm in no position to ask. But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
Oh, I'm listening or you deserve to die. That's rough. Okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to him because while his methods are shitty, beyond shitty, becoming an enemy of the EOD is a good idea.
Keep talking. Now, what is it you want from me?
Poison the rest of the fish. It's spreading, but it's not enough. The EOD trusts you enough to deal with me, so it should be simple for you. My agent inside the EOD reports that they've just received a fresh haul.
Oh.
That's your target.
Oh. Alright, chat. What do you guys think? Doggo, Scotch, Mark? What are we doing? This is rough. Yes, Mark, die, but who? Who dies? Cavendish here? Or the people that received the fish? Are we going to blackmail the EOD? Not blackmail. Frame them. Well, mind you, they do worse than just poison some people. We have to do it by making innocent people die on the side. Oh, this is bad. Poison fish is going to get you and shit up to your eyes? Yeah, probably. That's probably true, but on the other hand... that means we help the Esoteric Order of Dagon get away with what they're doing. Oh, this is a rough choice. Has to be a better way to deal with them. Yeah, there has to be. I don't know if the game's gonna let us. A shitty way of doing it, though. I think the question we need to ask ourselves right now, you guys, is... Do the ends justify the means? Are we taking down the EOD by any means necessary? Because they need to be taken down. But do we let them get away with their shit? Do we let them get away with their kidnappings? And raping of the women and brainwashing people? What's the point if you do it their way? Yeah, don't sink to their level is what you're saying there, eh, doggo? So we have to get our hands very dirty to fight them this way. Yeah, and probably a lot. They had a lot of fish to give away, so probably a lot of people are going to die. There does have to be a better way. Alright. I'm worried that the Order of Dagon is going to get away with this if we do that, but on the other hand, we have to take the moral high road here.
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let innocent people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. No, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no, no. You don't understand.
Got him. Alright. First of all, skill point. I'm going to take this. Bam. Next. That he was weak. Well, of course he was weak, Mark. He was a professor at the university. He's not a soldier. No reason why he should be a good fighter. Why is the guard afraid of Anna? Zealot. That's why. Alright, now we go talk to Anna. Hey Anna, I killed your husband. Dad as fuck. I mean, yeah, it would have made more sense for it to take more than one shot to kill him, but... eh. That just means I don't have to stand there spamming the melee button for a while. I'm okay with that. Also, shut up about the Mind Palace already. Already done the thing there.
Extra. All the news.
That she has gained. Alright, back to the fish market. Anna is now free to marry her squid boyfriend.
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny.
I found the poisoner and dealt with him. He won't be bothering you anymore.
See, bless you, Charlie. That's great news. Who was it?
Well, see, now that's the interesting part. It was your ex-husband, George Cavendish.
Oh. Well, that son of a rotten shark finally got what was coming to him. Good riddance.
That's cold.
Still, it's strange. I never thought he'd have the guts to do something like this. He was always a pushover.
Rough. Yeah, you're oddly calm.
You're taking this remarkably well for a woman who just found out her ex-husband was a poisoner.
He's nobody to me. The EOD is my family now. We serve a higher purpose than he could ever grasp. My life finally has meaning. You've done us
Meaning is
both a
overrated.
huge favor by relieving him of the burden of his miserable existence. Well done, Charlie.
All right,
Pay up.
no more messing around. Get me in touch with your Grand Poobah or whoever's in charge, now.
That was a bit
Easy
rude.
there, Charlie. I'm a woman of my word. Go to the basement of the fish market. It's nearby. You'll find an innsmouther there by the name of Maurice. Tell him I've sent you. You'll get your answers.
This is the Little Mermaid all over again, Scotch.
About time.
I don't know why Buddy Boy here suddenly got so angry and aggressive with her. That was weird. I was supposed to go to the basement, but where the hell is it? Oh my god, look at this thing. Oh, there's probably just multiple crabs stacked on each other. Okay. Alright guys, where's the basement?
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
Huh, that's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord. A man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
Let me guess. You need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Well, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
Sounds like good advice, Scotch. Definitely gotta make sure you're ready to escape from that place. Oh, here's the basement. Let's go off with the Mind Palace thing. Evas. 2 open house later. Right now we're working on Squid Pro Quo over here. So yeah, these people management being in the basement? That's a little bit fishy. Eh? Don't you think? Can't carry anymore. Oh, I've got shotgun shells or something, but I don't have the shotgun. Oh! Ah! I knew something was wrong with this. Oh god, look at too many of them. Why can't I take their bullets though? That always annoys me. Oh yeah, skulls in a sacrificial altar and manacles and blood. Yeah, I am Krendar's complete lack of surprise. Anna was trying to have me offed. She must have known this was going to happen. Go to Maurice, kill him, A. You think that might be Anna? Call the inspector. Hello, me? Yes, they tried to kill me. I'd better do something about that.
Hey, Mr. Reed.
Do I know you, buddy?
Not yet, but I know you. I also know you're looking for a particular lady. My name's Fred. You're looking for Professor Doe, ain't that right? The scientist the Order kidnapped. I think we can help each other.
Order.
How do you
They
mean?
actually dropped
You know where she
one of
is?
the words.
Slow down, buddy. Helping each other is not the same as let me just tell you everything.
Nothing's for free in this city, is it? Figures. All right. Shoot.
You won't regret it. You've seen some of this city now, am I right? You've in England what's coming? I want out of the Order and the city before it hits. Trouble
Smart
is,
man.
it's much easier to get into the Order than to leave. Give the slightest hint of it, you've signed your death warrant. I need somebody to get me out of the city on the quiet. And that's not an easy thing these days, my friend.
I've no idea how to help you with that.
Ain't you a detective? There are people in the city, smugglers, who know what to do. Find them. That's how you can help. See, I've heard whispers about ads in the newspaper. A new ad every week, talking about Salvation Harbor. Maybe start there.
Alright.
What is this order you mentioned?
Yeah. You don't know, do you? EOD. It really stands for the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Dagon.
An old being from the depths
I
of
am
the
so
sea.
shocked at this revelation.
They show him as a monstrous amphibian. The Innsmouthers worship him as a god. And of course, they make sacrifices to him. In blood.
No, nothing's come out of that weird tentacle thing coming out of my arm. I think that was just a hallucination. Or at least, I hope so.
All right, fine. I'll look into it. But your lead on the professor had better be worth it.
I know where they've got her. I can get you there. You just find me a way out fast, or I might be too dead to be any use to you.
Gotcha. Alright, report to Throggy. And, of course, Anna's fucked off. Of course. Okay. So. Okay, so I'll report that in to him. Then I need to look in the newspaper ads. This side of it. Alright, Throggy. Got a spare shotgun for me, pal? Keep running out of ammo, but there's at least 3 guns the game has hand out that I don't have yet. The fuck? They make a cake that looks like your dead son? Well, that is fucked up. You people are wrong in the head. Like that's news.
I found a disturbing book, Mr. Throgmorton, on mirrors. It spoke of imprisoned souls. Now level with me. What is it you're after?
I suppose there's no point in being coy. I have learned that I once had a brother, Hammond. My father robbed me of him. Hammond is inside the mirror, trapped by sorcery. My father's doing? Why, I cannot guess. But he is a Throgmorton. He must be saved.
I know who is behind Professor Doe's kidnapping. It's an organization called the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Most of them stick to the fish market, but they seem to have agents everywhere. Even the university.
I knew there was something fishy about the EOD.
He said it.
Filthy Innsmouthers.
Ah, fishy.
I'll tear it to the ground.
Ah, beautiful.
Actually, most of the EOD members I met were locals. And for what it's worth, the only Innsmouther I spoke to was a nice guy. You ought to examine your prejudices.
Are you calling me a bigot, Reed?
Mm-hmm.
Robert, listen. Something needs to change. You holding a grudge against Innsmouthers ain't making anything better for anyone. Those who fan the flames of hatred always end up burnt in the end.
They killed my son, for Kay's sake!
One of them
I know,
did.
But what did you do to prevent it? You made yourself their enemy instead of helping them. What did you expect would happen? You chose to brand them newcomers and leave them to suffer just like you did with me. The only difference is that I'm useful to you. No wonder desperate Innsmouthers would seek refuge from a radical organization like the EOD. They had nowhere else to turn.
I shall think about what you've said.
Back to business. I'll continue my search for Professor Doe. I have a promising lead. You have anything else to tell me?
Your task remains the same. Find Harriet and bring her back. You say we are dealing with an entire organization? Well, I have something for you that might help our cause should things take a turn. Now leave. I've heard enough from you.
The shotgun? Yes! Shotgun! Shotty shots.
I had some questions about Bethany.
I beg your pardon. I don't believe I know anyone of that name.
Well, it came up during the investigation. See, your father divorced, and his ex-wife's name was Bethany.
Say no more. It is beyond my earliest memories. But even if it weren't, my father's business is his own. I shall not engage in gossip.
Your father led an expedition back in 1891. Do you know anything about it?
I'm not the best person to ask, I'm afraid. I was a babe in arms back then, and my father never made his findings public. It is a great shame, of course. His work would have turned the science of evolution on its head.
Yeah, I can see that. Have a good day.
Okay, do I have a skill point? I do. Well, now that we have a shotgun, we'll do something about... No limits for that. There we go. Bam. And just for interest... Oh, we use metal shot to make shotgun shells. Interesting. Gunpowder shell casings plus metal scrap. The buckshot, I assume. Nice. 3 gunpowders. Oh, my 8 out of 12, okay. Alright.